Getting home the same time as your neighbors is so weird to me. There's enough time in the day that we should all not be coming and going at the same time. In what other universe? Are we going to the same place? Do you know, my friend Cole, are you driving up to Milwaukee right now with me? They're like tailing me the whole way. I'm going to Milwaukee. Or Milwaukee, as some people might pronounce it. I don't know whose accent that is, but Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Just a short little hour-and-a-half sprint up to see my friend. Cole's a friend of the channel. Oh, it's dark in here. Cole and I did the Ghost Hunter. Were we hunting the ghost? Ghost Adventures? We were inquiring if they were around. Ghost Inquirers? Now that's a show. I don't know, I just got the itch to go see him. He bought a house, and he's like, yeah, it's kind of messy at the moment. And I was like, that's okay. I don't even like clean houses. That's fine with me. Don't bother me none. And he goes, no, like it's under construction. Oh, so I'm gonna go look at the house, walk around the construction zone. Maybe I'll show up and I'll have a little orange vest and a hard hat, and I'll be like, oh, wait, this isn't up to code. These water pipes, they're not connecting. They're connecting somewhere. It's not to the water. This might be a natural gas leak. This might be a historical monument. Okay, we gotta check the books. Can we even put a hole in the wall? He's like, oh, and when you're here, we could look at my car. Because apparently he hit a raccoon, and the raccoon up his car. Like, I know what you're thinking. I was like, maybe a deer. A deer could mess up your car. And I was like, so I said a raccoon, question mark? LOL. Send me a picture. The whole front bumper on the side is like messed up. All you see is like the bare wheel. Honestly, that's worth the trip in itself. I need to see what type of damage this raccoon did. And then the other day I got an oil change. Yesterday, I like sprinted to the oil change place to try and get it done before they closed. And then I sat in the little seating area. They changed it around a little bit. They got like a new cupboard shelf thing. I was like, oh, since when do you guys have a popcorn machine? A popcorn machine and an oil changing place. I said, I'm feeling right at home. They were playing Home Alone on the TV. I was like, honestly, haven't seen this movie this season yet. Probably could sit here all day. You know when you're like sitting somewhere for a while and you just start to settle into the chair, you're like, oh, we're in it for the long haul. Okay, let me put my shit down. I had my water bottle, my keys. I was like, I'm not just like clutching everything. Let me not spread out. Let me like get comfortable. Didn't want to drive to Wisconsin without a good oil change. I don't know if that has to do with anything with the car. And he's like telling me the price. And he's like, oh, because you came today, you get a blah, blah, blah day. So you get $5 off. Oh, there must be because I'm kind of special on days of the week. So like you get people in on the slow days to get their oil changed. And then I was looking at the receipt afterwards because I was like, oh yeah, what is that special called? And it just says on the receipt, Ladies Special Day. Oh, is it Ladies' Day? Is this day of the week Ladies' Day? This is when the ladies get their oil changed? Woo, woo. I know, I'll participate in that, whatever. Or you could have easily taken it as, if I was a little more vain, a little more narcissistic. I was like, is it my special day? It's this lady's special day. So it's either Ladies' Day or it was this lady's special day, a little personal special day for me. From now on, I only get my oil changed on Tuesday. Because either that's the special day to get it done, or hopefully Tuesdays are my special day. So my brother did not give me anything that he wanted for Christmas. I even asked him for a list. He's like, yeah, I'll get on that. Never did. So I'm just giving him cash. Because I don't know what he needs. He probably needs cash, honestly. If he's got 2 kids, works full-time, probably needs some cash. So I went on Amazon, and to give him cash in a fun way, I found this. This is like a money puzzle. Apparently, this is fake money. You take this out and put your money in, and then this whole thing works as like an envelope, where if you get the puzzle right, you should be able to open it up like an envelope and get the money. I'm trying to figure out if I could figure out the puzzle before I give it to him. Because I'm not really getting like what the point of this puzzle is. There's a little ball in here that's like traveling around. I don't even know where the ball needs to go, honestly. I can't even get it to the other side of the puzzle. That's what's confusing me. Okay, I got it. Took me 5-10 minutes to figure out. Good enough for a gift. Basically, and then it like opens up. And you can use it again. You can reset it. The ball only stays on this side, and then there's like a trap door in the bottom. And it goes through these bottom holes right here. And then you have to somehow get it up and over into the little hook thing. Once you push the ball up, it unlashes the hook. And you can open it. And then you have to do is push the ball back in. And it's reset for the next person. Which I just closed it. And now I can't put the money in. It's kind of fun. Like a unique way to give someone money. Some other gifts that I'm giving that I thought were good. My friend really likes sushi, Lindsay. And I found this sushi making kit. I don't know if she's ever wanted to make her own sushi. Or she likes the luxury of going and having someone make it for you. You know, like going out to a nice dinner. But I was like, here's something I don't think she would ever buy herself. But hey, if you want to try making your own sushi one night, and then if it doesn't work, you don't like it, you think it's dumb, no harm, no foul, you didn't even waste your money on it. So I got her a sushi making kit. And then me and Courtney, who I read all of these ACOTAR books with, we're almost done with this one. Oh it's the third book. We're almost done. I had my mom with her Cricut machine make her a, it says FaceTime book club. Because, you know, we don't get to see each other in person. And wow, did she like scratch the crap out of this when she was making this? It's a little crooked. My mom put it on here 4 times. She's like, the curve of the glass is really messing me up. I'm not a professional. I was like, you know what? It's fine. The thought that counts. Sometimes she'll pour herself a glass of wine when we FaceTime. So I'm going to give her that. I'm going to tell her it's crooked. I'll be like, that's the charm of it. And if it breaks on transit in the mail, that's also the charm of it. You could use it as like a paper clip holder or something. I don't know. Yeah, I went to go see Cole's place last night. He was actually texting me. We went to go see the house that Cole bought, which is still a weird thing to say. This house is huge. It's so big. It had 2 floors plus an attic plus a basement. We went to his attic. It's unfinished. I was speechless just looking at the whole thing. My mouth was open for so long that when I finally wanted to say something, I was like, I just kept saying, this is amazing. This is so cool. The house has good bones. It's literally, I think he said from like the 1800s, and you walk in, there's like so much wood detail and like a grand staircase. Oh my gosh. It is the coolest thing ever. Immediately I was thinking of like all the cool videos you could film there. I feel like you could 100% film a movie there. And then it kind of gave me like the Home Alone house vibes. So we went and saw his house. It's amazing. I'm so proud of him. And he's working on it, you know, throwing some paint up. He said, oh, the toilet used to be over here. We're moving the toilet over there. I said, whatever you say. You know, as long as it's plugged in and plugged in. You don't plug a toilet in. As long as it's hooked up and it works. And then afterwards, oh, I saw the raccoon car. It was crazy. It really is. Looks just like the pictures. But then again, I've seen some big raccoons. So a raccoon is really just like a small deer. And honestly, they're probably more dense because they don't got those long limbs to even them out. They're like a fat, I'm looking at a sticker of a raccoon right now, like fat little raccoons. When I left to hit the highway, the ramp was closed. And then it took me a bunch of country roads and it tried to take me from the other angle. And then like that ramp was closed or something. I really don't know how I got on the highway because all the ramps were closed. Cole left before me and then texted me after I did find a way out to go south. And he's like, oh my gosh, all the ramps are closed. Yeah, how did you leave before me and you're behind me somehow? 2 detours, which added like 20 minutes onto my time. And I got home. Oh my gosh, look at this thing I made. Look at this reindeer, cute reindeer hanger I made. What the heck? What? Let me walk you through the process of this because honestly, any good craft needs these types of circumstances. I don't even know how I managed to make it adorable. Adorable is really not my style. This reindeer hang, I think I found at Dollar Tree a year ago. And I was like, oh, maybe one time I'll do like a TikTok live or a YouTube video and I'll sit down and I'll film, you know, me doing a craft. Put it away. Pulled it out this year when I was decorating the cactus tree, and I was like, oh, I should just like do that for fun. I really like reindeer decorations. You know, people love snowman decorations. Like my mom really does. I just like the reindeer. I don't know. They're fun. So I sat down. I think I was watching like a crime documentary, not even like a Christmas holiday movie. Started painting it. I was like, oh, I'm going to do the antlers like a lighter brown than this. Kept mixing so many colors. I didn't even have a brown paint. If you really look, I like put so many layers on and kept going back because I would like swipe the brush. And the paint was not a uniform color because I was mixing it myself. And there would just be like a glob of orange on them. Like, how the hell where did the orange come from? And then I looked up cartoon cute reindeer faces. And I found someone on Etsy who did like a similar craft, you know, like someone who like had a finished product. And I looked at how they did the eyes. There's a bunch of lines on the end to like add emphasis and stuff. So I did that, put the eyes on, easy enough. These little pom-poms, we have had a craft bin labeled Christmas stuff for the longest time in the other office. So I pulled out a bunch of pom-poms. This is actually like 7 little pom-poms with a pom-pom in the middle because pom-poms and I love a good pom-pom. These little bulb light things, these were part of a necklace, like a light up necklace that you get at the dollar store. I don't think they lit up anymore. I think the necklace was like a couple years old. So I just cut all the bulbs off and was like, oh, I'll repurpose those one day. And then I just glued them on. Now, would it be cool if they lit up, if it was still part of a necklace? Sure. But I kind of like it like this. They're like free form. They're not even attached to the antler, you know, like by like a string. They're just floating on the antler. That's the magic of Christmas. It turned out so stinking cute. That is the elements of a craft that you need to make it surprisingly successful. It's kind of like when you get married, something borrowed, something plued, something old, something new. Same thing as a craft. You need something that you bought a while ago that you forgot about. You need to repurpose something. You need to look up a reference picture. You need to not tell anybody about it. I didn't even film it. I literally could have filmed it. I could have went on TikTok live. Didn't. I was zoning out looking at my crime things, just swirling paint around. I just like did the craft. I'm like very proud of it. Oh my, another random story. I was driving home from work today, and all of a sudden a bunch of the cars stop in front of me. Like, everyone just stopped short. And then I see, whoop, whoop, like a police car light up its lights. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're pulling someone over right now. So then I start passing the cop car, and I can see, like, right before the intersection, there's just a bumper and a bunch of glass on the ground and no car. And I'm like, oh my gosh. the police car must have rear-ended somebody because it must be his bumper lying on the ground. No. He just happened to see it. There's no car that was missing a bumper. There was no car that hit another car. It was literally just the crime scene, the policeman, and then all of us were like, how did this get here? It's like if someone like snapped their fingers and just put the crime scene there. No one, it was a full-on bumper. The cop got out of the car, picked the bumper off the ground, and threw it on the side of the road. I was like, where is the car missing a bumper? And probably a couple taillights. It was one of those things, I'm like, oh, I'm nosy as hell, but let me just skirt around this because I'm sure I drove through some broken glass. There really was no way around it. Like, they must have hit them hard, too. I don't know how you just rip off a whole bumper. Cleanly ripped it off. You probably literally could reattach the bumper because it was all in one piece. Other than that, because I kind of do like Christine's little media corner. As far as Christmas songs go, have you ever heard the Christmas song That Holiday Feeling by Mr. and Mrs.? That holiday feeling. So that's a good song. A song called Got It Bad by Daisy Grenade. A little punk song, a little girl anthem. You broke my back. Lastly, I found a new podcast that I like called, I haven't found a new podcast I liked in a long time. This one's called Shitty Rigs. They interview people who work in the entertainment industry, like everyone behind the scenes. And it is so fascinating. They only have 13 episodes so far. The one that I listened to most recently, it was 2 hours, good stories, informative. It was such an easy flow of a conversation. Where the heck is it? Oh, or maybe the podcast is called Rap Drinks. I'm not really sure which one it is. They interviewed this woman named Rebecca Hoffer, and she's a costume designer. She's different than the wardrobe department. She has to figure out like what they're wearing. They have to make it, to find it, how much they're using. They have to print out all this cloth and this pattern, and then they have to make shirts. But like, okay, there's a bunch of stunts in the show, so they have to like figure out how many shirts they need for that actor. You know, they need 40 different pairs of this shirt to use while they're filming. It is so fascinating. If you need a new podcast to listen to, specifically that episode, because I feel like you don't even have to know anything about TV and film to understand what she's talking about. She seems like such a cool person. There's like my little recs if you guys need something to listen to or watch. But I hope you guys have a really good Christmas or good holidays, good end of the year. Am I gonna even see you before the end of the year? Oh, I'm gonna see you like 2 days before the New Year's. Holy crap. Maybe for that Friday video we'll do something fun like, you know, things you should never try and do in the new year. There's like some things you just shouldn't try in January. Learning how to swim in a lake. You don't need to do that in January, you can do it in the summer. It's gonna be freezing, the lakes are cold, they're frozen over. You're gonna die of hypothermia before you learn how to do the breaststroke. You know what I'm talking about? Who knows? I probably have a couple errands. I probably have a couple returns I'm gonna need to do from Christmas. Oh, maybe we'll do a gingerbread house. Because someone in my comments suggested that I do a gingerbread house, and then 2, that'll be on sale. The post-Christmas gingerbread houses? Oh my god, they're like half off. If you buy anything in the store, we'll give you one of these gingerbread houses. Please, for the love, they're just sitting on the shelves. And you know those go bad within like a couple months. So, I don't know, comments. You honestly, how about you guys pick what we do for next Friday's After Snaps video? That'd be fun. Viewer's choice? I love that. Could be a new segment. Whatever you guys want to do. According to my comment section, that's the title of the section. Don't make it crazy.